Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Stoltzfus, that's Kevin, and this is Shut Up Football. This week we're talking about full nude, chicken nuggets, pterodactyls, and punts. Hit it! We start off with old news. Washington football team called attention to Madden Football's portrayal of quarterback Taylor Heinicke. He looks like a Russian mobster from Grand Theft Auto. He looks like he smells like old magazines. He looks like how pennies taste. After having surgery on his injured finger, quarterback Russell Wilson took to social media to show he was doing okay. The NFL announced they're adding Germany to the slate of their international games. No word yet on which city, but I'm pulling for Geschlatting-Bretzinger in the Baden-Württemberg. That or Munich. Well, before the Chiefs game, quarterback Josh Allen released his pre-game playlist, and it was surprising to say the least. The city of St. Louis is engaged in a legal dispute with the NFL over the Rams' relocation to Los Angeles. As a possible appeasement, it was floated that St. Louis might get a new expansion team. Why don't we just give them the Jaguars? Nobody's using them. Hey, if you like football, why don't you subscribe to this YouTube channel? And now, it's time to take a look back, all the way back to last week. It's time for the recap. Rams, Seahawks. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford entered the game with a sore finger, but it was Russell Wilson who would leave the game after getting fingered himself. Wilson's finger boo-boo required backup Geno Smith to enter the game. After failing to take a starting snap in years, how would he perform? Poised, effective. Maybe he's grown as a passer. Maybe the Jets ruin everyone, and he's finally free. Maybe we owe Geno one big fat apology for ever doubting he had it. Seattle didn't doubt it. They were chanting his name like he invented the game. Coach Sean McVay said he wanted to get Robert Woods more involved this week. It wasn't bullshit. Woods had a day. In the third quarter, we were served a delicious treat. A double punt. After Michael Dixon's punt was initially blocked, he picked it up and punted it a second time. Ha ha! Try and stop me. Now punt anything that moves. Blocked punt? Punt that. Fumble at midfield? Punt that. Leftover macaroni for dinner? Punt that. Double punts should now be standard. Flood the field with kickers. I want to see 11 men in unison punt that ball towards heaven and watch Jesus punt it back down. Too many men on the field? Fuck you. Jesus lives in all of us. I'll see you in hell. Jets. Falcons. Welcome to jolly old London town, home of teabagging, the gherkin, and a Big Ben that won't sexually assault you. All London eyes were on the Jets and the Falcons. Little wooden boy brought to life Zach Wilson had another tough day at the office. He was picked on and picked off. Meanwhile, Matty Ice found it nice to have a gigantic rookie in Kyle Pitts. Offensive enigma Cordero Patterson continues to impress. With nothing to compare to at 9 a.m., we forgot how truly abysmal both these teams actually are. Didn't we win our revolution like 200 years ago? Why are we still punishing England? Packers, Bengals. Rodgers versus Burrow was an arms race marked in feet. Devonta Adams had a career day with 200 yards. Mason Crosby, seen here getting a mammogram, missed 3 field goals on the day. Some questioned his unusual habit of shaking invisible dicks with teammates prior to and after every kick. They had to go to overtime, where he finally split one for the win. The Bengals and their fans, who I assume all look like this, could only watch. After the game, Burrow went to the hospital for a throat contusion. No word on just how contused it was. Lions, Vikings. Jared Goff is toast without butter. The Lions receiver room is a Where's Waldo of talent. The day was about defense and grinding it out, which as a fan is what you want. A slow, methodical march to nowhere. Late in the game, the Lions forced a fumble and scored. But it wasn't over yet. The Vikings had a field goal left in them. Greg Joseph's leg doesn't have fingers, but it still managed to rip the heart out of every Lions fan's chest. Kirk Cousins' reaction to the win was confusingly violent. One can only guess what's being said here. Where's my dinner, bitch? I told you the McNuggets are in the car. Car nuggies! Fucking psycho. Head coach Dan Campbell and jacked dude Lebowski was emotional after the loss. He just wants to see these boys win and they can't fucking do it. Broncos, Steelers. Najee Harris had a career day. It just made sense. With an offensive line featuring that many holes, there's gotta be one to run through. He brought much-needed balance to the Steelers' offense. Juju got the boo-boos. He left early. Chase Claypool took it from there, catching all the balls, even the ones that weren't thrown. He finished the day with a lot. Javonte Williams ran well, but spiked the ball and was flagged for a motion. There will be none of that here, Javonte. This isn't college. Gently place the ball on the ground and back away with your most vapid, glossy-eyed expression. Like a doll or shark. Don't worry, you'll be dead inside soon enough. Ryan Shazier was on hand, waving his terrible towel. I have a terrible towel too. It stands up in the corner by itself. The Broncos fought back near the end, but it was too late. Coach Tomlin snapped Vic Fangio's neck and laid him in the woods, gently surrounding him with leaves and whispering prayers. This is your home now, my sweet prince. Dolphins, Buccaneers.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Tom Brady. I'm better than you. We know, Tom. Stop saying that.
The Bucs won the coin toss, and really, they should have stopped it there. Tom Brady was handing out touchdowns to everyone in this game. At one point, Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki got in line. Nice try, Mike. Antonio Brown reached a milestone. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Congratulations, asshole. Jacoby Brissett is a stepdad doing the best he can. He'll get you to and from soccer practice, but he'd rather be home banging your mom. After the game, Coach Flores expressed concern about the defense. I was shocked to find out they had one. This was no competition. The Dolphins were nothing more than gnats on a windshield. Saints football team. It was another off day for the team with no name. Bad decisions materialized for Heineke. The defense continued to struggle. Alvin Kamara was incontinent. He had runs all over the Washington D. These poor fans, wearing their Sunday best just to witness this. Jameis threw a prayer ball and Marquez Callaway answered. With a punter as a big contributor on the day, that says a lot. Eagles, Panthers. On paper, this was the Panthers' game to win, but it smelt ripe for upset. The Panthers started strong, panthering their way to a lead. The Eagles' defense came out hungry, snacking on Sam Darnold's tender giblets. But the offense was flaccid and pale, tossing balls out the back of the end zone with reckless whimsy. They needed a spark, and that's when it happened. Knowing that the Eagles are motivated by flesh, a fan removed his shirt and took the field. The Eagles went on to outscore the Panthers 18-3 after that. God damn it, it worked. The Eagles face Tom Brady and the Bucs next week. Better go full nude. Titans, Jaguars. It was a great day to own stock in the ground. Both teams' run game paid massive dividends. Trevor Lawrence favored tight end Dan Arnold above all else, and that's just weird. The Jags went into potty formation, but the Titans responded with a classic pterodactyl tackle. Urban Meyer was supposed to turn this team around. What the fuck is he doing? The gravitational pull of being a Jaguar is pulling Trevor Lawrence straight to hell. Patriots, Texans. After rolling a turd into Highmark Stadium last week, baby giraffe Davis Mills rebounded versus the Patriots. 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. His top target, Chris Moore, called up from the practice squad. All things are possible. Mac Jones was steady and reliable, like the old pair of khakis he is. The Texans got jiggy on a punt. Trickery! But it went awry, netting 0 yards. The ghost of Bill O'Brien continues to haunt them. Some say they could literally smell the soft cheese scent of his arrogance in the stadium. Happy Halloween, bitches! In the end, Mac Jones orchestrated a drive that allowed Nick Folk to be the hero he wasn't the week before. Redemption! Bears, Raiders. With David Montgomery on the shelf, who would be the Bears' lead rusher? It's Khalil Herbert. I didn't wait. It was rhetorical. Damian Williams did stuff too, but whatever. Justin Fields threw his first NFL touchdown to Jesper Horsted. Is that a guy? Derek Carr, seen here looking at mashed potatoes, I guess, had a tough day. The Raiders didn't have it. They said they weren't distracted by the turmoil surrounding their head coach, but that's what people say when they're lying. You'd think a team with fans like this can't be distracted, but some things are just too much.
I love you, man.
Yeah, okay. At least we won't have to stare at any more of those fucking dolls. Browns, Chargers. Spare me your Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes MVP talk. Justin Herbert had 5 touchdowns. Put some spect on the name. Mike Williams was his favorite target again. Derwin James had 17 tackles on the day. He didn't even stop at halftime. Baker Mayfield had over 300 yards, but only 20 of them went to Odell Beckham Jr. He's getting paid an awful lot of money not to be the top receiver of the Browns. In the final minutes, Austin Eckler tried not to score so they could run out the clock, but the Browns defense shoved him into the end zone, causing everybody playing against him in fantasy football this week to lose their minds. Giants, Cowboys. Buckle up, muchachos, for an interspecies melee of epic proportions. Saquon Barkley's ankle got the boo-boos early. It looked like it was smuggling an avocado. Eli Manning's stunt double Daniel Jones left early as well, concussed. Send in the clowns. Devontae Booker and the original giraffe himself, Mike Glennon. Rookie Kadarius Toney exploded for nearly 200 yards, but then he acted a fool, sucker punching a guy in a helmet directly in front of 3 refs and various television cameras. Trayvon Diggs had another interception. Quarterbacks, stop testing this man. He comes from the future where he's already eaten your lunch. 49ers, Cardinals. The 49ers were minus a Kittle and started 3 rookies in Trey Lance, Elijah Mitchell, and Trey Sermon. What could go wrong? It was a day for defense. Bosa led the way, snacking on Kyler Murray's delicious hindquarters. But Murray adapted, throwing the ball where defenders couldn't get it. Out of bounds. On a 4th down, Trey Lance scrambled for the end zone, and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these 2 large bodies that crashed into him at high speed, probably snapping his neck. Is there even a head in there? Bills, Chiefs. The Josh Allen-Patrick Mahomes matchup could be the best thing football fans could ask for in the next decade. Somebody kidnap one of their sheep and turn it into a blood feud. I don't know why, I just assume they have sheep. Dawson Knox flashed again. Both quarterbacks led their team in rushing. Suck it, running backs! Mother Nature voiced her displeasure. Rain delay. Players huddled in tunnels like wet little rats, bitching about peanut butter or something. Doesn't bother me, said recently reinstated Josh Gordon. More time to do drugs. Okay, he didn't actually say that. Everybody deserves a 4th or 5th or 6th chance. If they can get us to a Super Bowl. When they got back on the field, everyone agreed it was wet. Colts, Ravens. The Colts came out firing. Wentz started off hot. For a minute, it looked like they might pull it off, but a feeling hung in the air like a fart in an elevator. The Ravens were going to come back. Lamar Jackson had over 500 yards. Mark Andrews played favorite target again. Over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion. They really should cover this guy. It took overtime, but the inevitable became evitable. Ravens stole victory candy right out of the Colts' orphan mouths.
And that's our show. Thank you so much for watching Shut Up Football. We'll catch you next week. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Tom Brady. I'm better than you.
Car nuggies! Fucking psycho.